Welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx. Just Alyx. Welcome to my Monday Night Raw review for July 27th, 2020. This is the final Raw of July as we inch closer and closer to SummerSlam, the party of the summer, the biggest party of the summer. Not gonna lie to you, somewhat kind of fell asleep on this show. Literally, I dozed off. I will have to talk about some of this stuff from what I remember, but it happened during the second hour. I just kind of felt, and I know actually it happened after Sasha and Asuka. Like, whatever happened after Sasha and Asuka up to Drew McIntyre and Ziggler, you're just gonna get my thoughts on it when I read off the results. For me, there was something off about this show. I don't know what it was. We had some good matches, but I don't know. It wasn't hitting. It wasn't hitting me in the right places to keep me awake. So we'll talk about it. That's why I'm here. And of course, you guys are always free to give your thoughts down below.
Which Brock Lesnar match at SummerSlam do you like, CM Punk or Randy Orton or John Cena?
Kind of a random question to ask. I thought his match against CM Punk was one of his best SummerSlam matches. No, that is his best SummerSlam match. That's a classic. That's one of the best SummerSlam matches of all time, in my opinion. So yeah, his match against CM Punk, for sure. What was I gonna say? I don't think I had anything else to say. So yeah, give me your thoughts down below in the comments. And of course, let's pay some bills. If you like what I have to say and you want more, do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe, click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. You can like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at VX1 Alyx's World. Also give me a follow on Instagram. Email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com. You can buy yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. We got the Deluxe Man Old School Throwback t-shirt. We also got the New School Alyx's World t-shirts for you guys. And let's not forget about the most important deal. You can donate using PayPal, Patreon, and yes, Super Chats are officially on. Follow the lead of Mr. Sammy P. Boone and donate during the broadcast. All of your Super Chats will be played live here on the air. Let's do a couple of shout-outs, and then we'll get to the actual show. Elias Ademi, Slasher Khan, Adam Ritter, Tyler, is it Holder? I think it's Hodder, like Potter, but Hodder. I like that. See what I did that? Potter, but Hodder. Yandeku 2500, The Phenomenal WWE, Chase Games, QJC, Swap Fan 100, Phantasmo, Malik Kiltz, Tino White, Joseph Winters, Seth Rollins Fan, Nick Kavanaugh. I was going to say Kavanaugh. The Black Z Fighter, the Atomic Bomber, Nathaniel Lugo, Tavon Jameson, True Fire 901, Axel Bonella. Of course, say hello to the moderators in the house. Firestar Heart, Ultra Shell 97, and of course I said Elias Demi already. And of course Mr. Krabs. Hey guys, don't be spamming. I see you. I'll catch you. You don't have to spam the chat for me to see you. I got you. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. Remember the time 92, the Ghost Shadow, and Christopher Carter. Yeah, I say don't spam because we have other people who are trying to be seen as well. And if you're covering up the screen like that, it's going to be unfair for others to be seen. So let's be fair. And apparently someone's telling me I should turn myself up. So let's take care of that real quick. Let me boost my magnificent voice here for your liking. Let's see here. That should do it. I think we're good. I think that's gonna be just fine. So there you go. I think everything is set. I see that super chat right there. We'll let that go. And then we will go ahead and get started with this review. Again, a lot of the things when it comes to this Raw, I'm just going to talk about.
San Diego.
Why they do Black like that angry?
Oh, Aleister Black. We'll talk about it. Again, I said it last week. Aleister Black has now become a glorified enhancement talent. And more, I'm proven right. And people were upset when I said it the first time. I'm sorry. What else do you want me to call him? That's what he is. A glorified enhancement talent. Sorry. It's the truth. By the way, yes, I realize that Asuka hasn't been changed to Sasha yet. The designer of the cover is working on that. We'll have this changed by next week, or as soon as he contacts me and I get it changed during the broadcast. But let's see what happens. Let's just go along with it. All right, let's get to this Raw. We open things up with Randall Keith Orton, the Legend Killer, the Apex Predator, the Viper, Randy Orton. Orton gets the microphone and talks about his storied career, saying The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin can't hold a candle to his longevity or accomplishments. He's done what he wants to whoever he wants his entire career, and that will never change. But something's missing. He hasn't been able to put a finger on it, but this morning it hit him like a ton of bricks. He wants the WWE Championship.
And I can feel it coming in the air. Oh Lord.
Are we just doing random donations tonight?
For
Random donations. Did any of y'all even watch Raw?
I think Jungle Boy should separate from Jurassic Express and have a singles run.
He thinks Jungle Boy Jack Perry should separate from Jurassic Express. It'll eventually happen, but personally, I think he's great where he is in the Jurassic Express with Luchasaurus and little Saurus, you know, little stunt man, Marco Stunt, little Marco. But anyways, are we just going to be doing random donations? I'm cool with that. I just, we usually are on topic with these super chats. What was I? Randy Orton said he wants the WWE Championship, and then he challenges Drew McIntyre to a match at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. He says 10 years ago, Drew was the chosen one, but his head was so far up his ass that the only thing he chose to do was get fired. But hey, he scrapped and clawed and got back through NXT with his ambition and hustle, and that earned him Orton's respect, especially when he beat Brock Lesnar in very quick fashion. So he looks forward to fighting him at SummerSlam. We all saw this coming. I think we all figured that was the next logical step for McIntyre. He kind of already beat everyone else. The only person left is Randy Orton. And honestly, I think it's a great match to have at SummerSlam. Will this be their first match? I'm pretty sure they've wrestled before. I'm almost positive they've wrestled before. Well, it's not coming to me when it happened, but I'm pretty sure it has.
San Diego.
See, I'm getting tired of PPL like Randy blocking.
See, I'm getting tired of people like Randy blocking. Like blocking on Twitter? Don't know what he's trying to say there. Well, it's just one of those things for me where it's a match that I've been looking forward to seeing, and I think they have great chemistry, and the dynamic between Randy Orton and Drew just is made for a place like SummerSlam. So, yeah. I think that is a great match to have for the WWE Championship. I look forward to seeing how Edge is tied into it, if he ends up being tied into it. I know he can't necessarily be there physically because he's injured, but I hear that Edge is a part of the Raw creative team. Yeah, that's right. The Rated R Superstar not only has creative control over his matches, over his segments, over his promos, he now has control over everyone's matches, over everyone's segment and promos in the creative team, which is great. I think Edge is a great mind to have. That might also explain the quality of Raw going up. You just kind of noticed over the last few weeks the shows have gotten better. I noticed that, like, Raw's better. I don't know how it happened. They got better.
San Diego.
Younger talent.
He didn't finish his statement. Randy Orton blocking younger talent. Well, I'm going to have to defend Orton here for a second because who's better than Orton right now? This is the highest Randy Orton has been in the longest period of time. I think a lot of what we're getting of Orton has been what I've been missing from Orton. It's reminding me of Legend Killer Orton from the 2000s and Viper Orton.
San Diego.
Another Randy title run nauseated face.
You don't have to worry about that. I don't think he's winning the belt. We all know that this is just another, how do I put this? It's another bump in the road for McIntyre. Edge somehow will interfere or McIntyre will win. Randy Orton's not going to beat McIntyre. But it'll be a great match. You'll have the idea that he could beat him. And you know what? Now thinking about it, if they do put the belt on Orton, I wouldn't be shocked either. I don't think he deserves the belt. Deserves is a bad word. You can argue he might deserve the belt. I don't think he needs the belt right now. I think McIntyre should keep it. Let McIntyre hold that belt for a while. He should hold that belt until we get crowds back, honestly. He needs to hold that belt for a full year. Maybe, or so. Give or take. Alright, I'm stalling because I don't want to talk about the next segment because it's Nia Jax. I don't want to talk about Nia Jax. Fine. Nia Jax returns. Yes, Nia Jax. That one. Yeah, she came back. And oh boy, her microphone skills are just as great as they were before. As in, they were never great. As in, this segment was trash. But we'll get to it. Here comes Nia Jax. She gets on the microphone and starts talking. And my ears bleed. I'm joking. She says she knows exactly how Orton feels. Because she woke up and felt the same way about the Raw Women's Championship. She says she got screwed out of her victory. And then Charlotte butted in. But Charlotte ain't here no more. So she wants to make sure when Asuka and Sasha fight, and then Shayna Baszler interrupts her. This instantly made Shayna Baszler my favorite wrestler because, whoever interrupts Nia Jax becomes my favorite wrestler. So Shayna gets in the face of Nia and tells her nobody gives a damn what she wants. Hallelujah. And then they fight. And then we go to a commercial break. And then we don't see him till later on. We'll get back to this because I do want to go into detail of what they did that I didn't like about this.
Who do you want Randy Orton have a match at WrestleMania 37, Brock Lesnar or Edge?
It's a little far off, Sam. I don't know. That's as of right now, neither. I think we can get Edge and Orton this year if that's a lot. It's a little ways off, and against Brock Lesnar, I don't like that. I guess to answer your question, Edge, that just seems to have more of a story to it than him and Brock Lesnar. That's just kind of random. All right, what was I talking about? What match was next? Oh, the three-way tag team number one contendership match to determine who fights the Raw tag team titles. I'm stumbling over my words for some reason. At SummerSlam. So let's try that again in a much more cleaner way. Next up was a three-way tag team championship number one contendership match, where the winners fight the Street Profits, the champs, at SummerSlam. Look at me go. I did a good job. Yay, everybody give me a hand. Sure. Andrade Cien and Angel Garza with Zelina took on Cedric and Ricochet. Two Fly, hashtag Two Fly. That's what I'm calling them. I don't care what y'all say. I like hashtag 2Fly. And then the Viking
in the world is
San Diego.
Wish they'd push Cesaro, rather see him than Orton.
Dang, this guy is not having it. He is angry. He really wants to see Orton not get another title shot. He's just like, I'm done with Orton in title matches, goddamn. Get it? He's been getting title matches for over a decade now, so you want someone different, like Cesaro, who doesn't seem to really give a damn, but, you know, it is what it is. I thought this 3-way tag match was good. I thought all
where in the world is
6 men was great.
San Diego.
Raw's Alyx. So I know way I am watching Ju, not WWE.
Ah, thanks, man. Thank you for making me a part of your day and using me to catch up with Monday Night Raw. I love the super chats tonight. Some of them were pretty random. I'm cool with it being random. Kind of caught me off guard because usually we're very on topic with these super chats, but hey, we're donating the hell out of this thing. Let's keep going. Let's keep the donations going. I'm not complaining whatsoever. Let's keep it going. But yeah, I like this 6-way tag match. I was getting kind of scared that we were going to have some kind of a screwy finish, but we didn't do it. Andrade and Angel Garza win clean. No BS. They win the match and earn themselves a championship match against the Street Profits at SummerSlam. Which, let's be real, I think it's time for the Street Profits to go ahead and drop those belts. I'm liking what they're doing with Angel Garza and Andrade. I see WWE looking to give Angel Garza a massive push. You know that they are. You can sense that he's going to be the main focus of this tag team. And that's cool. I think Angel has all the tools to be a main event player. I also love the mini storyline that's going on between him and Charlie Caruso. I'm pretty sure she'll play a role in that tag team championship match. I wouldn't be shocked if Charlie was in the corner of the Street Profits. You know, because she has a thing against Zelina Vega. They might have a match. Screw it, give them a match. I like to see Charlie get in the ring and do some things with Zelina. Not those kind of things, you dirty minds. You know what I mean. Goddamn, y'all nasty. There's women in this chat. I don't even know if there are actual women in the live chat, but I'm just saying. Ease up. Ain't that kind of a party. Let's see what they do. Nothing really else to talk about here. Cool. If it was up to me, I would have gone with Cedric and Ricochet because, let's be real, they're the best tag team we got right now. But because Vince doesn't like them, sorry, that is what it is. Okay, let's talk about it. Nia Jax versus Shayna Baszler. They get in the ring. They start fighting. They go to the outside. Double count out. And then they fight some more till security comes out and officials come out. And Shayna and Nia Jax just basically beat up all the officials and referees who try to stop them. It's chaos. There you go. Nothing else to really say about this. It's just them fighting. Which would be okay if they would have done this to begin with. Remember I just got done talking about them doing a segment of them doing the exact same thing? You know what I mean? It just seems stupid to do the same segment twice. If they're going to have a match, give them a match. Or, if you're going to do this, you're going to have them in different segments fighting and stuff. I'm cool with that, but keep it going throughout the night. I remember back in 2004, they did this with Shawn Michaels and Triple H. There was I forgot what episode of Raw it was. It was the same episode of Raw where Eric Bischoff announced him in a Hell in a Cell match. Where Shawn Michaels and Triple H just couldn't stop fighting. They were fighting every single segment. Every single time you saw them, they were fighting and brawling backstage. I would have loved to have seen that with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. It would have been cool if, like, every other segment, we get Nia Jax jumping Shayna or Shayna jumping Nia, and then we get that throughout the night. That would have been cool. And then you see them just tossing bitches left and right. We could have got that, and I would have been completely fine with it. No, what we just got was the same segment done twice, and it seemed lazy. So I didn't like it. I didn't like what they did. Now, I don't know where this is going. Does this mean that Nia and Shayna are both going to be in the Raw Women's title match at SummerSlam? I don't know what's going on. I don't think they do. So whatever. It's happening. And who's the babyface? I don't know who's the babyface. I'm assuming, hey, they're both the heels, so here's the deal. Okay? I don't like Nia Jax. I'm going with Shayna Baszler, so Shayna's the babyface. They just turned Shayna babyface. There you go. There you go. Shayna is officially the babyface. Because I said so. That's how it works. They do a recap of this eye for an eye match at Extreme Rules. Like, it's almost like they're proud of this match. Like, everyone's saying that the match sucked, did not compute with them. They really think this match is good. It's not. It wasn't a good match. It was phony. No one bought it. The effort was there. Ray and Seth put in a good effort, but the concept is stupid. And then that fake pinball with ink on it that was supposed to be Ray's eye, it was so cheap. Okay, so let's not rehash that match anymore. If you want to keep this whole eye for an eye story going, it's up to you, but I'm about done with it already, because I'm just like, this isn't working. For me, it isn't. So Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy come out. Seth gets a microphone and says he beat Rey Mysterio at Extreme Rules and Aleister Black on Raw last week, but he's not done, because Dominic Mysterio is here tonight and ready to confront him.
Where in the world is
I'm in San Diego.
Charlie or Zelina, do who you choose.
Both. You're not making me choose between them. I'll take both of them. That's right. I get both, ladies, because that's how I roll. Boom. Alright, if you put my ass to the fire, Zelina. There. Let's see here. Well, no, because Zelina's taken. So Charlie, because she's single. Bam. See, now I'm flipping back and forth. I hate this question. Someone block that guy. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to have you blocked. Zelina. I'm sticking with Zelina. Alright, where was I? Rollins is out. He says this is a recurring thing. Every time the greater good takes 2 steps forward, someone steps in his way, and he's forced to take a step back. He doesn't like getting violent, but he has to for the sake of us and the greater good of the world. He hurt Kevin Owens. He hurt Rey Mysterio. He hurt Aleister Black. And now he might have to hurt Dominic. So he wants to get ahead of things and asks Dominic to come out. And here comes Dominic. He just walks hesitantly to the ring. And then Seth tries to give him a hug, showing a peace offering. Then Dominic attacks Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins snaps. Him and Buddy Murphy start beating up Dominic. Just start wailing on his ass. Just start wailing on him. And then Seth looks at the steel steps. Like he's in a trance. Like every time he sees steps, he just wants to put someone's eye through it. Like, is that his thing? Where he just sees steps? He just wants to hurt someone. Like if he's in a hotel, he sees some steps. He grabs the hotel manager. I gotta do it. I'm gonna do it. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm gonna gouge your eye out. He's like, oh damn. Sorry, man. Like he just gets triggered every time he sees steel steps. It's like Kane with May 19th. May 19th. Or hiding right with caskets. I can't stand caskets. God damn, this guy has a thing for steel steps and putting people's eyes through them. What the fuck? So yeah, he just tries to put Dominic's eye through a steel step, or or jam it into the edge of a steel step, whatever. And then Aleister Black comes running out, an arm injury taped up Aleister Black, and he's trying to save Dominic, and then he gets his ass kicked. Like, what the hell is this? Again, what did I say last week? Ever since Paul Heyman got fired, it's almost like they stopped making him look like a badass. He's just another body in the roster. Aleister Black is just another body on the roster now. He's just getting his ass kicked left and right. And then Buddy Murphy after being bullied by Seth Rollins, decided to put Aleister Black's eye through the steel steps. Like, these guys are just obsessed with poking people's eyes out with steel steps. What is with this eye violence? Why does Vince all of a sudden have a hard on for losing an eye? An eye for an eye. Are you trying to make pirates? Arr, me matey. Arr, I just lost me eye, brother. I lost me eye. Arr, me matey. Like, God damn, dude. What's your deal? Tyler Blackbeard over here is trying to make a lot of people one-eyed freaks. French eye freak. If you got that reference, we can be friends. Doesn't really matter. So they hurt Aleister Black, put his eye through the steel steps, and then Dominic gets some kendo sticks. A kendo stick, not multiple kendo sticks, but gets a kendo stick and begins wailing, and I mean wailing on Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy, and it's violent. It is great. That was my favorite part of the entire segment. He looked great. Looked amazing. And then, of course, Rollins and Buddy Murphy run off. No Rey Mysterio. So, yeah, it's looking like we're going to get Dominic versus Seth Rollins in some fashion at SummerSlam. Good. In terms of Rey Mysterio, the reports say he is currently in negotiations with WWE to find a new contract. I don't know what it is, but it's looking like he's going to stay, which doesn't surprise me. He is not leaving WWE while his son is going to be a wrestler. I'm pretty sure he's working on a deal where he can be around his son. He's not. Trust me, he ain't leaving WWE with his son under Vince McMahon's tyranny. He ain't doing it. He wants to make sure his son is protected. So that's what he's going to do. I can already promise you. Now, after having that eye for an eye match, I'm pretty sure Ray is like, yeah, nah, I'm not leaving. I can't. I thought for sure he was done. I almost for sure thought he was leaving. I think what happened was he got cold feet and went, I don't know if I trust these guys to book my son correctly, so I better stick around to make sure he gets the right kind of protection. Not saying Ray can protect his son. I'm pretty sure that he's still going to get treated like shit. But still, he can at least try. But I like Dominic. I have high hopes for him. He has a good air about him. He's his father's son. So let's see what Dominic brings to the table when he has his first match at SummerSlam. Alright, what's next here? What happened next? The Hurt Business. The Hurt Business. That's what they call themselves. Not the Beatdown Clan, which was not really a good name anyways, but I at least grew into it. They're now called the Hurt Business. Montel Vontavious Porter is holding another VIP lounge segment, and he welcomes his guest, Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali says he's happy to be back, to be on Raw, and to have the opportunity to climb the ladder and become a champion. MVP says when you hang out with the right people, good things happen. But Ali says he thinks for himself and always will. Montel says he's not thinking very clearly and reminds him that he's wrestling the CEO of the Hurt Business. Not Hurt Business. Hurt Business. Business. And apparently he's having a match against Bobby Lashley tonight. Okay. He tells the story of Apollo Crews and who is now at home on his couch watching this conversation. He can either join them or party like a rock star, or he can go straight back to his home and sit right next to Crews. Be a champion or be a chump. Mustafa says he doesn't care. He said no, and the more he thinks about it, that's when R-Truth tries to blindside Shelton Benjamin and tries to cover him to get the title back, but he fails because Shelton Benjamin is too good. And then we get Mustafa Ali versus Bobby Lashley. I think Mustafa Ali is suffering from that whole... How do I put this? He has every tool needed to be a main player on the main roster. I've always said that. I said it on 205 Live when he was having those awesome matches with Buddy Murphy. I said, this guy could be a main event player, for real. The problem with Mustafa Ali, though, is he's his timing is very, very poor. Very poor. Like, his rise, like, his debut came around 2019 during Kofi Mania. That sucks. Then they were going to give him this really awesome gimmick, the hacker gimmick, which would have been really cool to have on SmackDown, but then the pandemic hit. And then they cut that because there was no point in having it. They just nixed it. And then they sent him to Raw. And now it's like, okay, now what? There's no real direction for you. You're just kind of hanging around doing whatever. Which sucks because he's a good promo. He can cut a promo. He's an excellent wrestler. He has a unique look. He can appeal to a new audience. I think what is he? Is he, I don't want to guess his ethnicity. I know he's, some kind of an Eastern kind of ethnicity. So I don't, he can reach that kind of an audience. I don't want to guess. I don't want to be insulting. I don't want to say like he's Arab or Pakistan. I want to say he's Pakistan, but I just want to, I'll let you guys tell me. Because a lot of times when I try to guess, people get offended by that. So I'm going to assume he's Pakistan, though. Well, I'm pretty sure someone's like, no, he's not Pakistan. Whatever. Like, he has the ability to reach that kind of an audience. So, shoot, why not? I mean, like, who else you got? Although I hate the fact that they moved him away from SmackDown because he could be having awesome matches with AJ Styles. Imagine Mustafa Ali in that IC title picture. Him versus AJ Styles would have been fire. But now he's going to be on Raw where, it's like, what's he going to do? Is he going to go for the U.S. title? I mean, he can't right now since Apollo Crews is in a feud with the Hood Business. Although I'm very positive they'll end up turning him heel very soon. I still want that heel turn for Apollo Crews. And then we'll do him. Then if you do that, we can do him and then Mustafa Ali. We'll see. Edge is in charge now. Well, Edge is part of the people in charge, but let's see what happens. The match between Bobby Lashley and Mustafa Ali is whatever. I didn't really care all that much. They put the effort into it. That's about it. They put the effort into it. What else happened during this match? Some ninjas. Oh, yeah. Some goddamn ninjas came out with Akira Tozawa and tried to win the 24/7 match. 24/7 title. As you can tell, I don't care. I really don't. So let's move on from this. Bobby Lashley choked out Mustafa Ali. Or he didn't choke him out. He made him pass out to the full Nelson. And there you go. There you go. That's that. And what's next? Is it Sasha and Asuka next? Because I'm getting kind of tired of talking about this show already. I'm already losing interest in talking about this show. Ziggler had a promo. No one cared. And then they did a video package for, Asuka and Sasha Banks. So now we get the Raw Women's Championship match. No champion's advantage. So if the champion or whoever loses it anyway. As in count out, disqualification, pinfall, submission, interference. Yes, that person will lose and the opponent will become champ. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, this is clearly when they give the belt back to Asuka, right? This is clearly the moment where Asuka is going to get the title. They're going to play up this storyline where Bayley interferes and costs Sasha the championship because, she's not very good at taking care of Sasha. That's the story they've been telling. I was just kind of sitting there waiting on it. The match itself was good. Just as good as their Extreme Rules match. But just like Extreme Rules, I didn't like the finish. It's basically the same thing. Like, nothing changed. I'm sorry. I thought the finish sucked. I did. Y'all can sit here and go, I thought it made sense. I'm just, did it? Let's talk about it. Somewhere towards the end of the match, Asuka's getting the advantage. She's getting the advantage over Sasha. And then, before the match, we should talk about this. Kairi Sane chased Bayley backstage. She just chased her backstage so she wouldn't interfere. And then during the match, they show Bayley beating up Kairi Sane. Just beating the piss out of her. And beating her up so badly that Kairi calls out, Asuka! Asuka! Help, Asuka! Help! She's gonna kill me, Asuka! And I'm just like, well, I mean, Asuka, you're about to beat Sasha. It's crazy because you're watching all this take place.
When is Asuka contract up?
I don't know. Who knows anymore? It's probably... When did she sign her deal? I think she signed in 2015, right? I don't know when her deal's up, but... Anyways, all of this is happening while Asuka has Sasha beaten. Like, Sasha's about to be done. She is halfway passed out. All Asuka has to do is, I don't know, kick her or hook her in the goddamn submission move. But Sasha's down. Sasha's laying out on the floor. And Asuka's like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And Kairi's like, save me! Save me! Save me, Asuka! Please save me! And they do the whole, I'm gonna go save my best friend. Because your friendship matters more than the championship. So Asuka leaves. And then she gets counted out. And then Sasha wins the match. Sasha is now officially your new Raw Women's Champion. So let me just say a couple things before I just rip this apart. I think Bayley and Sasha holding all the belts. Look, they're the best thing.
In the world is
For the San Diego.
That's how they're writing Kyrie off really SMH.
Again, I'll get to that in just a second. Sasha and Bayley are easily the best things for Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. So them holding all the belts, can't really be upset about. For real, like it's one of those things where WWE knows. They're aware that these two are carrying the shows. They're carrying these shows during the pandemic. So yeah, giving them all the belts, I'm like, who else is better right now? Right? So, okay. And I kind of figured they were going to do that. I said earlier this month. Actually, I said it during my Extreme Rules prediction. I'm like, do you want to break these two up? Because the moment that Sasha loses, you're going to set into motion Sasha versus Bayley. And right now, I don't think WWE wants to do that because the pandemic isn't going away anytime soon. I'm pretty sure if things were going back to normal, they would have absolutely had Asuka beat Sasha. But since we already know that that's not going to happen anytime soon, we're not going to have any fans in the arena. We're not going to go back to normal. They're keeping the belt on Sasha. You know, it's kind of weird that a SmackDown wrestler is holding the Raw Championship, but again, we'll talk about that in a second. I'm not going to sit here and say she doesn't deserve it. Listen, Sasha has been booked like shit for the last, dare I say, 4 years? 2017 until what? Till she came back? Even then she was booked like shit. So I'm just happy she's getting some kind of notoriety. God damn. Like, I'm sorry. As a Sasha Banks fan, I'm not going to hate on this. I'm not going to hate on anything they're doing with Sasha and Bayley. I love it. Matter of fact, I'm happy she got this. And, you know, I hope that they continue to book them strong. I like this. But now let's talk about what I don't like. I really don't like how they're making this the final segment, the final thing we see when it comes to Kairi Sane. In case you guys don't notice or haven't been paying attention, this was Kairi's last night. She will not be returning to WWE. She will be leaving WWE and going back to Japan. And this is how she's going out. I would have preferred she went out the right way, which was last week. You know, I would have liked seeing her get that victory over Bayley and that be the last thing we see of her. That would have been really cool. But then we turn to this week, and in WWE fashion, the same girl who handed Bayley her ass is now crying out to Asuka for help. I can't help. I can't do it. I Asuka, help me, help. It's like, oh my god, is this seriously how we're gonna make Kairi go out? I didn't like it. I didn't. I also didn't like that was how Asuka lost. Like, it was such a cheap way. And some of you are going, well, that's the point. That's the whole point. The whole point is to get heat on Sasha. That didn't get heat on Sasha. That didn't make me want to see her get beat. It didn't. It just really annoyed me that we got 2 screwy finishes in a row. Like, after the horrible finish in Extreme Rules, I wanted a clean finish here. And then we got another screwy finish. So I don't like it. Again, good wrestling, but no. I think it's stupid that we keep doing these screwy finishes because we want to protect everybody when it's just hurting everyone. So no, I didn't like the finish. But whatever, because Sasha and Bayley are holding all the belts. And I guess right now that's most likely the best thing for them. What does this mean next? I have no idea. What, are we going to do Shayna, Sasha, Nia, and Asuka at SummerSlam? Oh, wait, isn't Charlotte coming back soon? Oh, crap.
In the world is
I'm in the San Diego.
She is a SmackDown superstar LMFAO.
Exactly. I just think everything just makes no sense. Like, a SmackDown superstar winning the Raw Women's title. Like, what do you do? Like, what are we supposed to do with that? So, I can leave it at that, really. You know, talk about the things I liked, but then just deal with the stuff that I didn't like, because nothing else to really say. Oh, and by the way, I should mention this. I am only a few subscribers away from 28,000. So, help me get to 28,000 subscribers, guys. For real, subscribe. Get me to 28,000 subscribers. Also, keep this in mind. A lot of times, YouTube does unsubscribe you from my channel, whether you know it or not. So make sure all of you right now in the live chat are subscribed, in case they unsubscribed you, because that's a YouTube thing. But yeah, Sasha Banks is now your new Raw Women's Champion. Not really a fan of how it happened, but yeah, that's what happened. All right, so what's next? Backstage, we see Sasha and Bayley celebrating, and then Sasha leaves, and then afterwards, Asuka comes back. She comes out of the I think it was like a trainer room where Kairi was being taken care of, and she's crying. She's not doing so great. And then Charlie says, "What's her condition?" And then Asuka just looks at us like Kairi is dead. Like, she's like, I can't. And then she does the whole, nah! And you're like, no! Like the Darth Vader, no! So it was like, oh Lord, okay. There's great acting here. This is how Kairi's going out? It's lame, y'all. We get a video package of Regis Philbin, who recently passed away. Rest in peace, Regis. I did a nice tribute to him. That was nice of them to do. Buddy Murphy versus Humberto Carrillo. So, where the hell has Humberto been? Just kind of a random appearance from Humberto Carrillo. I forgot he existed. But yeah, Buddy Murphy beat him. Nothing really else to talk about there. Just a random squash match for Buddy Murphy. I guess Bruce likes him some Buddy Murphy. He better like him some Buddy Murphy. Let's see. Back from commercial, we get some hype for tonight's edition of Raw Talk, a show that no one watches. I'm an asshole. I don't give a damn. McIntyre makes his entrance and gets in the microphone. He wants to address Randy Orton's comments and says it's official. He's defending the title against Randy Orton at SummerSlam, but he's not going to stand here and pretend he's got the pedigree or the number of title reigns Orton does. Basically because, realistically, nobody does. And he's on fire right now. The biggest threat to Drew's title. He knows what everyone's thinking, that he's the underdog. But here's the thing. Randy's gonna see the Claymore coming and still go down. Onto the stipulation for tonight's match. Here comes Dolph Ziggler. He comes down ranting about having waited long enough to hear this stipulation, and he wants to know. Drew says he was so inspired by his selection of Extreme Rules that he's gonna do the same thing. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Extreme Rules match. But this time, they both get to have it. So it's just a regular Extreme Rules match. The hell? That's kind of anticlimactic. I was kind of hoping like loser leaves Raw, or you can never fight for the WWE Championship again, or like something with stakes, like Extreme Rules. Like boo, boo. The match happened. Like I said, I fell asleep, so I didn't really see what was going on. Well, I can already tell you without even watching that Drew McIntyre one. Of course he did. Like, guys, in case you don't notice, Dolph Ziggler has the worst streak when it comes to the WWE Championship matches. The worst. Absolute worst streak. Every time he's gone for this belt, he's lost. Now, the World Heavyweight Championship matches, the World Heavyweight Championship is a different kind of beast. When it comes to the WWE Championship, Ziggler has lost every single time he had an opportunity. Every single time. Ziggler has never won the WWE Championship. You want to know why he's never won it? Because they don't see him as a WWE champion. They never will. Until he leaves and then comes back. See, I think it's ironic that Ziggler and others talk about Drew McIntyre leaving and then coming back, and that's how he got his push. I'm at the point now where I think that's what needs to happen with a lot of men. That's what needs to happen with a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys need to leave. As in to leave the company, go to AEW or work elsewhere, and then come back. Now, I don't think Ziggler's going to do that. I think Ziggler's giving up. I think Ziggler is one of those guys that just is happy to get a paycheck. I think he's just there to do what he needs to do to make some money and then use his time to go do other things that he wants to do. I don't think he cares about wrestling anymore. I don't really think he cares about being the best wrestler in the world. I just think he does it for shits and giggles. And that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I miss 2012 Ziggler. 2011 Ziggler. 2010 Ziggler. I miss that Dolph Ziggler. The kind of Dolph Ziggler that would leave you going, that motherfucker is easily the best thing on this show. And I got a glimpse of that Ziggler at Extreme Rules. Because I thought to myself, well, maybe he was trying to get back a little bit of himself. But no, he's not doing that anymore. This was whatever. Like, I'm just about done with this whole Ziggler being used as this fucking foil for people and him not going anywhere. I might just be done with the whole Dolph Ziggler experiment altogether. I have been through so much shit as a Dolph Ziggler fan. It's gotten to the point now where I've just given up on him ever being something special in the company. Sorry. Excellent wrestler. Excellent talent. They just never liked him. Just never see anything in it. Never see anything in him. They never will. Until he puts his foot down, tells them, okay, if you don't start treating me like I'm worth it, I'm just gonna leave. Seriously, like, we know. Let's just say, hypothetically, if Dolph Ziggler, and by the way, if they have him leave, I seriously doubt he'll keep that name. But if Dolph Ziggler ends up leaving WWE and goes to like an AEW or, I don't know, an ROH or wherever he wants to go, instant main event player. And then his performances go back to what he used to be. I'm pretty sure he would go back to doing his old style of wrestling, the kind of wrestling that I miss from Ziggler. Not this watered down version of him. But alright. We all know that he would go and be a main event player wherever else he wants to go. He would want to go. And I'm pretty sure he knows that. He could use that as leverage. I can go do whatever I want, whenever I want. I made enough money. I don't need to be here no more. And the moment he puts his foot down and says that, I guarantee you that's when they'll start treating him like he's worth something. Yeah, they'll start treating him like he's one of the greatest of all time then, when he puts his foot down and goes, I don't need to be here. Because that's how it works. When WWE hears that you don't need to be here, they'll start treating you like you mean something. They'll start fighting for you. They offer the Revival almost $1 million a year to stop them from leaving. And they don't even like the Revival. They just wanted to stop them from leaving. They'll offer Ziggler a good amount of money to stop him from leaving. But he has to want it, so whatever. McIntyre beats him. The streak continues. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then Randy Orton came out and gave him an RKO. So we're in the SummerSlam build for their match, and that should be cool. I didn't talk about Mark Henry, who made a random appearance on the show talking to Ruby Riott and goddamn Bianca Belair. I don't know why that was a thing. It just was. That was Raw. Raw tonight was whatever. It was a Raw. That's it. It wasn't anything worth watching more than once. It wasn't anything worth talking about. It wasn't anything that you should write home about. It was just Raw. Simple as that. I don't know what else I can say other than it happened. That's it. It just happened. So, give me your thoughts. Let's get some reactions in the live chat. What y'all gotta say about this show? I wonder what you guys have to say. Didn't Dolph Ziggler win a world title, though? He won the World Heavyweight Championship. He's always won the World Heavyweight Championship. He's never won the WWE Championship before. Dolph Ziggler should go to New Japan Pro Wrestling. That should be a great run for him. He should. But yeah, AEW, New Japan, or ROH. I'm pretty sure he would do great. Dynamic J thought Kyrie's leaving. Look what they did. Yeah, that was a piss poor way for her to go out. Although they did give her the win over Bayley, so it's not like she's going out like a complete joke. I do appreciate that they're giving her that on her way out. She got a chance to pin Bayley. That was cool. But still, that's crazy. That's how we're gonna send Kyrie off. Let's see here. Yundeku, I missed 2010, 2016 Raw. Man, that Raw run wasn't all that great, except for the Summer of Punk and a couple of the Daniel Bryan Raws. But yes, Malik Hills. Apparently, sorry Malik, you lost your comment there. But I think he was talking about apparently Mark Henry and Ron Simmons are there to help make a new Nation of Domination. Look, I'm all for a new all black male stable, but let's not make it a Nation of Domination stable. Let's make it its own thing. Let's make it a completely different kind of thing. Let MVP lead it. Let him give you creative direction of what he wants to do with it. Don't make it another Nation of Domination. D-Pack, first SummerSlam since 2013, which Brock Lesnar is not main eventing. Or not going to be on it, period. Anna Joe, Bayley and Sasha Banks are way overpushed. How can Sasha be the Raw champ when she's from SmackDown? They got nobody else. They lost Becky. They lost Charlotte. I guess it has to be Sasha then. JoJo says, I miss SmackDown 2009 and 2011. I miss SmackDown 2016. That was one of the best years for SmackDown. That entire run with Ryan Ward, phenomenal. Bradley Xavier, if they want to swerve, have Banks turn on Bayley and do an actual winner-take-all match at SummerSlam. That's not going to happen. That'd be nice, but it ain't going to happen. Franklin Torres, Ziggler has been the most consistent wrestler along with Randy Orton, in my opinion.
Where in the world is
San Diego.
At least Kyrie won her last match, not many do.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, again, she at least got to say she beat the champion on her way out. So I can't really say they buried her. But, yeah, I don't agree that Ziggler was the most consistent wrestler. I think that title goes to Bayley and Sasha. And Randy Orton. Yeah, sorry. I can't agree with that, buddy. Let's see here. Dynamic J thought. I was really hoping and waiting on Asuka versus Shayna over the title. The feud is already there. All they would have just needed to do was make the damn match. Yeah, you could have honestly had Asuka win the belt and then have Shayna attack Kyrie backstage. That would have made more sense. But you had Bayley do it. I don't know. I thought that was just fucking weird. But yeah, I agree. I would have liked to see Asuka versus Shayna. William Eber, I miss both Paul Heyman era, 2016, 2017 era of SmackDown. Yeah, we all do, buddy. We all do. Mystic Ranger, think WWE will get a high deal from Network when their contract is up? I don't know if WWE is ever going to get the deal they have with Fox. I think after these 5 years are up, Fox is going to be done with them. I think Fox realized they made a horrible mistake. A horrible mistake giving WWE this amount of money. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, come on, y'all. Like, for real. Like, the quality of shows they've been getting in return, the quality of, just what I'm looking for. The quality of TV they've gotten in return, it's a fucking insult. It is. It's a major insult to what WWE should be doing. So by the way, I am 10 subscribers away from 28,000. Now, I was at 28,000 apparently, and then YouTube just decided to take away 10 of my subscribers because that's so weird. Why does the YouTube counter go up and down like that? That's so... It says it right here. I'm at 27,990. So I just need 10 more subscribers and I'll be at 28,000. What's up with this YouTube counter? This is stupid. Let's see. Only because Paul Heyman was not giving us a good product. Why is it all of a sudden everyone else misses Paul Heyman? Well, Paul Heyman had to deal with Vince McMahon. Paul Heyman, when he was by himself on SmackDown, was giving us a good product. And the product was awesome. Now Vince is out of touch and senile, and guess what happens? Fighting gameplay 3R. To be honest, no one backstage didn't make good shows. No one can make good shows with Vince backstage. We have Daniel Bryan and Edge in creative, and they're still not going to be able to do anything because Vince is crazy. Tino, Alyx thoughts on Edge beating Orton at WrestleMania 37 in an I Quit match. Are you sure you want to push it off that long? That's a long time. That's a long time for an I Quit match. Let's see here. Donnell, I hate Paul Heyman after the way he treated AJ Styles. Okay, like, can we talk about that for a minute? Let's just put this to bed. Paul Heyman did not fire Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. This whole story that I heard about, oh, well, the reason why we got fired is because of Paul Heyman, because Paul Heyman didn't said we should be fired. He mentioned that we should be put on the list and got us fired. Hold the fuck up. Wait a minute. So we're just going to forget that Vince McMahon is the one in charge of firing people. We're just going to act like it's all Paul Heyman's fault. Listen to me. If Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson were worth a damn to Vince McMahon, they would have kept their jobs. Vince didn't give a shit about them. That's why they got fired. He never gave a shit about them. The only reason why he even kept them for the time that they got to stay in WWE was because he didn't want them going to AEW. He offered them almost $1 million to stop them from going to going to AEW. That was it. He never wanted them there. He doesn't want them there now. And the moment he had a chance to fire them, he got rid of them. You want to know why he got rid of them? Because he never wanted them to begin with. So all this talk about, Heyman should have protected them. Why? Heyman, what do you want Heyman to do? I just think Heyman getting the blame for this is stupid. It's dumb. Heyman is not in charge of who gets fired. It always comes back to Vince McMahon. Simple as that. And people saying, well, Paul Heyman is a liar. And water is wet. He's always been an embellisher. That's what he does. You should know that by now. You should just know what his deal is. No one else gives a shit, but whatever. How I feel about the Adam Cole situation. It's a word. It is a word. I'm saying it's a word. You know that it's a word. I told you it's a word. It's a work. It's a work. I saw the apology that he put up on social media. And then you had Triple H talking to Paul on his show saying you should come to NXT and talk to Adam Cole. It's a word. Everybody say a word. Dominic thought, if Heyman had that much stroke, how did he get himself demoted? Dominic, give me a high five. Right there. Boom. Right there. That Adam Cole work was funny. It was hilarious. I wasn't expecting them F-bombs. Jim Cornette and Paul Heyman are both dickheads, but they are entertaining as hell. Absolutely. They're dicks and crazy, but they're crazy in their own way. Did you hear what Vince said on the investor call about ratings falling? I did not. What did Vince say about the ratings? Please tell me. What did Vince say about ratings? Because I didn't hear anything about ratings. What did Vince say? Please tell me. Let's see. Thanks, Taven. Bring Adam Cole back from. I'm gonna get your name wrong. Is it it's Mirola? Hi. Welcome. Bring Liv Morgan back. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Liv Morgan. I don't know what they want to do with her. I think it's stupid that she's not on TV a lot when a lot of people want to see her. Vince said apparently he needs to make new start. You're joking, right? Let me look this up. Let me look this up real quick, because I think y'all are lying. Vince did not say that they need to make new stars. You're lying to me. He did not in this investor call actually come out and say, I think we need to make new stars. You didn't say that. I'm gonna toss this computer. Let me see. Vince McMahon investor call. What's this all about? Let me see. Let me put call. July 2020. I don't believe you. Vince did not just talk about let's see. Make new stars. Let's see. Alright, Vince McMahon aware of WWE must create new stars. Oh my goodness. Hold on. They have a question. Here we go. The Sun reported last week that the company were drawing their lowest television ratings ever, with 1.5 million average viewers turning in week to week. It is little surprise then that Vince McMahon is thinking of ways to draw them out of the current funk in which they found themselves. And Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter has reported that Vince is well aware of the need to break new stars, per What Culture Wrestling. Of course, Alexa, Roman Reigns, Becky Lynch, Brock Lesnar, Charlotte Flair, and is out there. And Vince perhaps understandably believes that he has a lack of star power in his roster. I don't see them saying this in a conference call though. That's just I'm trying to find out like what conference call people are talking about. More like Dave Meltzer reported it. Okay, well, regardless, no shit. Let's see here. Okay, Mystic Ranger. Vince said, conversely, TV viewership trends have been negatively impacted by COVID, obviously, and the lack of a live audience. We are still, nonetheless, the number one television show on USA Network. Shut up. God. What else is there to watch in the USA Network? Like, that's not something to brag about. We're the number one show on the USA Network. People are saying there's audio. Someone, tell you what, I'm not going to bed anytime soon. Someone tweet me the audio. Someone on social media tweet me or message me the audio. You can send it here in the live chat, and I'll listen to it. Cause this, find me on Twitter. Find me on Twitter and someone tweet me the audio because I want to listen to it. We'll listen to it live. Because I got to hear this. Let's see. Mystic Ranger. We are still nonetheless the number one television show on the USA Network and consistently number one broadcast show on Fridays on Keto. Oh my fucking God. It's on No DQ. Let me find this real quickly. Everyone is saying it's on No DQ. Alright, so my boy Aaron Rips. Let's see here. Sasha Banks, Triple H. Let me see here. Vinnie Mac. Let's see here. Oh! He's not lying. Okay, guys, we're going to be listening to it. Here you go. You ready? I hope you're ready. You might want to fasten your seatbelts for this craziness.
The next question is, with the continued downturn in ratings, what is management's plans on improving ratings in the long term? We'll turn to Vince for perspective.
Okay. We have a 30-plus year track record of creating compelling characters and engaging a variety of audiences. And we obviously remain confident we can continue that with our collective ability, even in the most challenging environments with no live audience. The media ecosystem obviously has changed, and we change with it. Our engagement metrics across platforms are understandably and obviously, however, the importance of linear programming is paramount in all of our businesses. We consistently have seen year-over-year increases in a variety of digital metrics and engagement, and the positive trends have continued even during COVID. Conversely, TV viewership trends have been negatively impacted by the COVID, obviously, and no lack of a live audience. We are still nonetheless number one television show in USA and consistently number one broadcast show on Fridays among key demos. We expect a combination of valuable promotional inventory from our TV partners with the return of sports, events programming, and a deep roster of charismatic talent. We have a positive impact on viewership over the long term.
So he didn't really answer the question. I really don't like it when they do that. He asked him, what are you planning to do to get the viewership back up? And he's all like, well, we're doing good and all this other stuff. I mean, like, hey, I lack of an audience and a lack of star power. I hate when they do that. So I'm happy that he's admitting that they don't really have strong characters to carry the show. Which is stupid. Because what the fuck was Paul Heyman trying to do? That's what he's been trying to do for the last year. Create new characters. And Vince has stopped him at every single turn. Okay. He really... I'm starting to think... See, I used to think that WWE was very aware of their actions, that they're purposely hurting their talent because they don't want nobody to be bigger than WWE. Now I'm starting to think that Vince has no idea what he's doing. I think sincerely he thinks he's helping things, but he doesn't realize the damage that he's doing. And that's what's sad. Mystic Ranger says, too bad he doesn't know how to use them or make stars anymore. That's a big issue. He doesn't know how to create new stars. Shorty G. What the fuck were they doing with... What the fuck had they done with Bianca Belair, with Shayna Baszler, who they recently just put back on TV, Liv Morgan, fucking Ruby Riott just came out of a losing streak. Like, and we're not even talking about the men yet. Like, fucking Akira Tozawa is walking around with ninjas. Like, the only good acts I like, again, Bayley and Sasha. I like the Hurt Business. Weird name, but Hurt Business. And Drew McIntyre. And then, of course, Randy Orton. And then Edge, he got hurt. But, yeah, Edge. Like, it's not a lot to really talk about here. Outside of those talents I named, what, SmackDown has AJ Styles? We're talking about a show that produces 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, an hour of NXT, 6 hours of content each week when they're not doing pay-per-views. And your only noteworthy stars are those guys that I named. Now, NXT, completely different story. Now, I think, honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if NXT would be getting as many viewers as Raw or SmackDown if they were in competition with AEW. I say the same thing with AEW. If AEW was on its own on Wednesday nights and vice versa, NXT and AEW would most likely be kicking the asses of Raw and SmackDown. Because NXT is a much more interesting show. And AEW is literally kicking everyone's ass in terms of interest. So, WWE should be thanking their lucky stars that NXT is live 2 hours each week on Wednesdays. Otherwise, people would be watching AEW. And AEW would probably be kicking their asses. Vince says he has a charismatic roster, but he doesn't use them properly. So does he really have a charismatic... I mean, okay, you tell me they're charismatic, but we don't get to see it. You can't be charismatic under Vince McMahon. You can't. So, yeah, this is stupid. I'm about to be done with this. This is such a load of bull crap that I'm getting from Vince and corporate WWE. Just come out and say that you're screwing up and you'll do better. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. This is my Raw review. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me your thoughts on Raw down below. Until then, this is Alyx. Just Alyx signing out right here at Alyx's World. Get me to 28,000 subscribers. I'm only 10 subscribers away. We can do it. Woo! Go, subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Pew, 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 pew. I'm tired. You guys have a good night. I'm out of here. Peace.